the old Bosco
It's
Bell
technically an advisory board.
factory, they, this
They
is
literally
40
have
years
no,
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. The time being 10:01 a.m. I am calling the Tuesday, November 15th, 1922, or not 2022 meeting of the Development Committee to order. I am John Martin, its chairman, and request please that the clerk call the roll.
Berman,
Berman's here.
Brown,
Down here.
Ford,
board here.
Iqbal,
Iqbal present.
Kenyon, Woniki,
Present.
Braz,
As here.
Caius,
Guys present.
Martin.
Present.
We have quorum.
Pro present.
Sorry.
I'm called for attendance.
I'd like to, I'd like to offer to the committee that we have, because our agenda is so hefty today, I'd like to keep conversation to a constructive level. Yeah. All right. May I please have a motion to unanimously
Well,
accept?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that I would prefer that we not do it unanimous. There were a few Scribner's errors that I pointed out.
Oh,
Just, I
okay.
want to make a note of those.
Well, then may I have a motion, please, to
Motion
approve?
to approve.
Mr.
Woniki.
Shepro moves, Ms. Winicky seconds,
Just
Mr.
just to extend the meeting a little longer.
Thank you, thank
the
you.
Joy of the meeting. Sorry. Yeah, so, and I've talked it over with Christine already, and so just a vote and another change. But I just want to note it in the minutes. Thank you. That there were going to be some changes.
And what are they going to be, just since we're voting on it?
Oh, okay. She has the notes there. I was not included in the first vote on the
Oh,
first motion, first resolution, and then also there was a change in the resolution because it was unanimous consent. It's listed as moved and seconded, and it's not, that's not proper
all right.
since it's unanimous.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. I'm going to make sure that your last meeting is tidy,
Are there,
John.
if there are any, are there any other comments or suggested changes? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Brown,
Down, yes.
Ford, Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Kenyon, Woniki,
Yes.
Shepro,
Doesn't vote.
Braz,
As yes.
Caius,
You'll get the hang of it. Yes.
Martin.
Martin, yes.
Passes.
Minutes are approved. The monthly financial report is part of your file, part of your packet today. Relative to public comment, do we have anybody in the audience who intends to speak on something other than a petition that we're going to hear today? And is it a fair assumption that the people that are here to address questions should they arise? Okay, thank you. Is there any other public comment? I see none online, no one present. Building and Zoning Division, may we please have your report, Mr. Van Kerkhoff?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Martin, and I'm sorry we don't have a more exciting agenda for your last meeting as chair of the Development Committee, but I do want to thank you for your service and support of our department during your tenure as chair, and we will miss you and wish you the best.
Thank you.
For our department report, we are continuing to see permits come in, particularly with new house starts that they want to get foundations going before the cold weather. So our team is working closely with doing our plan reviews and working with Water Resources and the Health Department to accommodate those requests. We do have a couple of staff transitions. One of our permit administrators moved to Florida. And we do have her replacement already. A lady by the name of Jennifer Marsh started a couple of weeks ago and is working out fabulously, joining our team. I do want to thank our Human Resources Department, particularly Jamie Labrillo, for her assistance to me and getting the job posted and conducting interviews and finding an outstanding candidate to join our team. The other transition is Tony Frugia, who is one of our planning team, as a part-time employee. He has taken a full-time position with the Village Montgomery. So we will miss him. We congratulate him and also thankful that he's staying with one of our Kane County communities to spread our good work, working with the village. Tony was primarily responsible for researching and working with our teams on the latest changes to the zoning ordinance regarding agriculture. So we'll keep him close, but miss him in the meantime. Other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Van Kerkhoff? Hearing none and believing there are no zoning petitions,
That's correct.
may we please have the planning division staff report?
Certainly, some of those activities are included in your packet. I do want to highlight one really outstanding accomplishment that's been years in the works, and that is the submission to the National Park Service application for the Fabulous Fox Water Trail to become a national water trail. So we hope to hear in March of next year, but I really want to credit Karen Miller, who spearheaded this project and did the work with the National Park Service and putting together the application, along with her counterpart in Wisconsin, who worked on the Wisconsin section, and our planning team, who also worked in support of pulling together the information. We also had scores of letters of support and from municipalities, forest preserve, park districts, who needed to provide letters confirming that they would allow access and supported the Fabulous Fox Water Trail. So that was a big accomplishment. We're very grateful to have that submitted.
Thank you.
Other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions of Mr. Van Kerkhoff? Madam Chair.
Well, I think I would like to extend our congratulations to both your department and particularly to Karen for her endeavor and tenacity in getting this done. Well done. That'll be an incredible asset to Kane County. I was wondering, have we reached out and completed that relationship with IDNR? I know that they were looking at perhaps partnering with us, and especially when it comes to not just our natural history, but our built history along the Fox River.
Yes, that's still in progress. I was part of one of the letters that we obtained for support for the application, and Julia Tavong has done an example section of the Fox River, expounding on the history, cultural history that's sort of beyond what the historical museums and societies have traditionally worked on. The Elgin History Museum also did a recent exhibit on their stretch of the Fox River. So there's some exciting things happening. We'll continue to work with the IDNR.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? I believe under subdivisions, we have a variance request. Deanne, would you proceed, please?
Thank you, Mr. Martin. And you will be missed. We had to have at least one item on your agenda. We weren't going to let you go that easy. We're over in Big
Mike.
Tim.
Having trouble hearing.
Speak up, Deanna.
Is that better?
Yes.
We're over in Big Timber Acres. It's kind of in the northeasterly portion of the county. It's a subdivision that's along Coombs Road. The owners are seeking a variance setback to the front yard because they want to construct a second garage. Oh, goodness. It seems to be.
We need to scroll
There we-
here. There we
There
go.
we go. We're over here. It's south of Big Timber and on Coombs Road. A couple things I want to call to your attention. You can see that the westerly portion of this particular lot, which is outlined in black, it has some encumbrances. There's a pond in the rear yard, and there's also a drainage swale that comes from the north into this particular yard. You can see that highlighted here with the blue arrows. You can see a shed that they currently have in place. The red dash line is where the septic field for the residents currently exists. So with that septic field location, it's
Do we
difficult
move
for
the
them
show?
to place this second garage behind the setback line, which is that white dashed line. So they are seeking a variance of approximately 8 feet to encroach over that line, so they can construct their garage. This is a approximate site plan that they have proposed. It's a 22 by 26 garage. And you can see that it will be placed against the existing driveway. It's a recommendation from staff that this be approved.
Thank you. May I have a motion, please? Ms. Winnicki moves,
I would
Mr.
like to
Fries
move.
seconds. I have a question. Is a separate building and the third building on the property, it's still complies with our zoning ordinance relative to,
Yeah, our zoning ordinance allows up to 2 accessory structures not to exceed 900 square feet.
just wanted to confirm that. Are there any comments or questions? Ms. Winnicki?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I actually know the family, and Pat has moved in with her daughter and her daughter's husband. And they're in need of this extra garage for extra space and the extra car. And they've followed everything the county has asked them to do. They've received all their permits. So I'm hoping that this committee be kind enough to all vote yes on this variance. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Mr. Fries?
I was asked by KDOT staff to state that they had no comments or concerns and support it.
Thank you. Anything else? Mr.
Just to note the,
Cayos?
yeah, it's Caius. That's the one. Note that it was, all the neighbors notified and there were no objections.
That's correct. Thank you.
Anything else? Hearing nothing. Clerk, please call the roll.
Berman, yes.
Brown, yes.
Ford. Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Kenyon. Wodnicki,
Yes.
Martin.
Martin, yes.
Passes.
Motion carries. Variance
Yes.
approval will be recommended.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Jepro doesn't get a vote, I do.
Environmental. Do we have a report today?
I'll do a quick report under water resources.
Okay.
As you recall, we approved 2 different contracts for the Ogden Gardens Water Trust and rebuilding that water system using CDBG funds. I just wanted to provide a quick update. The water main installation is approximately complete. If you recall, when we approved that contract, the bids came in high and we removed the extent of the water main along Eastern. And the contractor has done such an efficient job at installing the water main that we will be using the contingency that was included in that resolution to finish the water main on Eastern. And so the Water Trust is very excited to have that water main work complete, and that should be completed within the next couple weeks. We do have the water tank coming from Chicago Boiler for the other project, which is their water storage system. That will be arriving on Thursday of this week. And then they will continue to build the building around that water tank once that is set. The contractor, as well as the contractor's representative, the owner's engineer, as well as our staff, is working with the Water Trust to get the 122 permissions from the owners to extend those water service lines from the right-of-way to the homes. We will be working on getting that complete, as well as getting the funding in place over this winter, so we can go out for bid for those water service connections next spring.
Thank you. Are there any questions of Ms. Molnick? Hearing none. Mr. Berger, I don't see you online. Are you present? So it's a fair assumption we have nothing from community reinvestment today. Is there any new business to be brought before this body?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Shepro,
I would ask unanimous consent to place reports on file.
do we have that consent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seeing no objection, the reports are on file. We have no need of an executive session.
Mr. Chairman, before we adjourn, just a question. Did we approve monthly financials? I thought we kind of went.
Well,
Yes.
I mentioned the fact that they were part of the packet. We didn't have a separate presentation,
Got it.
They've just been placed on file.
but they've been placed on file. This is my last meeting as chairman of this committee, one of my last meetings is being on the board. And I want to tell all the committee members that I've enjoyed working with you. I think this is a particularly good committee from the standpoint of interest expressed and the qualifications of the people who sat on it. So I want to thank you all for that. But more than the committee, I want to thank the staff. This is probably one of the easiest gigs I've ever had. To supervise, I don't know if that's a proper term, but to supervise people who require no supervision, and in fact led me most of the way through my 6 years of serving on this committee. So I want to thank you and say that everyone that's in the room and otherwise, including Mr. Berger, are a compliment to what we do here in Kane County and what your appointed position is. So thank you very much. And Godspeed. Motion to adjourn, Mr. Kenyon. Mr. Fries seconds, all in.
Good news.
I want a more orderly conclusion to my last meeting, if you would.
Like, that's how mine went.
You don't have the right yet to speak to the audience.
Too late.
Well, Mr. Fries seconds, and we vote all in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Meeting is adjourned. You now may converse with the audience.
Go for it.